It's an undisputed fact of reality that Frozen 2 is going to make a crap ton of cash. And for those of you who are excited to see Frozen 2, this video is not meant to take that anticipation away from you. If you're hyped, then great, you'll probably enjoy it. But if you're really passionate about movies and especially animation like I am, then the movie you should really support is Klaus on Netflix. The first reason why is simply because it's a better movie. Disney's big budget sequel to their monstrous hit Frozen may be ambitious, grandiose, and bursting at the seams with incredible visuals, so I get the appeal, yet Klaus accomplishes so much with less, ultimately telling a better story. Do you remember the Disney short Paperman, the adorable romance story that blended together CGI and traditional animation? Klaus is basically a colorized, feature-length version of that, and the story instead gives its own spin on how the Santa Claus myth came about. On top of that, the main character Jesper is basically a Scandinavian version of Cusco. How can you not watch this on Netflix right now? Admittedly, it does adhere to some tired story beats of Disney movies and family-friendly animations, and not every joke or use of licensed music works. However, the movie easily compensates for this with enjoyable characters, a heartwarming message, and truly emotional moments that I honestly didn't expect to hit me as hard as they did. Plus, I have to reiterate something: the animation! Holy crap, does it feel good to see artistry this vibrant and gleefully cartoony. We haven't gotten something so impressively animated by hand in years. And what writer-director Sergio Pablos and his Spanish animation studio accomplished should set a new precedent. I recognize that CGI is much more marketable these days, but if this movie and Green Eggs and Ham have shown us anything, it's that there's still interest in this kind of animation outside of just anime and stuff solely made for kids. The imagery captured in this film is absolutely stunning, boasting incredible colors, very memorable character design that rivals what even Disney has achieved, and the way everything moves is mesmerizing. Kind of like how Spider-Verse caught everyone's attention simply because how the characters moved in relation to the environment around them. Now, I don't mean to undermine what the talented folks at Disney have accomplished with Frozen 2. It's one of the most dazzling CGI films around, and really allows that true Disney magic to come through at times. I also appreciate its ambition compared to the original. But when stacking up the emotional power and meaning against what Klaus does, there's just no competition. In short, I just didn't think Frozen 2 was all that compelling. There was very little beyond the visuals and the characters themselves that kept me invested, and even then, I didn't really feel that the film did due diligence to any of the characters besides Elsa herself. I'm thoroughly convinced that the only reason this movie exists is that the writers were embarrassed that they had never explained Elsa's powers. Kind of like how Disney felt the need to spend $200 million to fix a plot hole. Also, well, you know.
Hello, I like money.
What inspired you to
make a sequel that taints the reputation of
the original?
Money!
This of course leads me to the other reason why you should just watch Klaus instead. Look, me recommending that you don't spend money in a theater probably sounds pretty rich. After all, my whole entire hobby is based upon telling you what movies you should and shouldn't see. But that's all on you though. I recognize there are families out there who are so harassed by their kids to see movies like Frozen 2 that they will suffer through the theater experience just so their kids will stop bugging them about it. However, just let me lay this out for you. Let's say you have a family with 3 kids, all of which are dying to see Frozen 2. You buy the tickets, which are probably anywhere between 40 and 50 bucks. If you're going on Thanksgiving with all the cousins, in-laws, and grandparents, the damage can then exceed $100 just to get in the theater. But then people want concessions. You need to get enough popcorn, soda, candy, nachos, and all other unhealthy junk just so that, again, you can stop hearing your kids' constant nagging. The cashier rings you up, and even after applying your coupons and theater membership discount, the damage still exceeds 50 bucks. But then your daughter who loves Elsa sees that there's an Elsa shirt on sale, 15 bucks. Your other daughter begs you for the Anna and Elsa dolls, 20 bucks. And then your son, an avid pop vinyl collector, sees that there are exclusive Frozen 2 figures and wants at least one of them, 10 bucks. You think it's all over, but then to your absolute horror, you remember that since it's the holiday weekend, the theater is absolutely packed with other families that brought their screaming kids with them too. Not only that, you're forced to get seats in the second row from the screen. You all sit down, try to get your kids to stay quiet, and even after reclining all the way back in your all too comfortable leather chair, your neck still hurts from looking up at the screen. Then once the movie starts, the kids behind you won't stop making little peeps, constantly commenting on the movie to their siblings and parents. Other kids run up and down the aisles unsupervised, and suddenly you're pulled out of the movie, distracted by the poor parenting of other families in the theater. Gah! Once the movie's over, you spend another 5 to 10 minutes waiting for everyone to use the restroom, and then you just drive home pissed off. What a great way to spend the holidays, right? You know what happens when you watch Klaus? You just boot up your TV, go to Netflix, and it's right there. At home. Peace and quiet. Nothing but you, your family, and a wonderful movie to enjoy together, even with perhaps some cheap Circle K snacks. I know there are theaters out there with matinees and even steep discounts for families on certain days of the week, but my point is that if you want a better movie for less money, just stay at home. Besides, if you're watching this, you probably already subscribed to Disney+. You know then that Frozen 2 will just show up there in a few months. Nothing I've said in this video will stop Frozen 2 from completely dominating the universe, but there's something you can do. You can make the smarter, more economical, and inspiring choice for your children. Remind them that good animation doesn't require time-crunched CGI, action sequences, or aggravatingly overplayed music to be good. Show them something that will teach a worthwhile message about how love can melt hearts and unite unlike groups of people, which if you're aware of anything that goes on with Twitter, then you know we absolutely need that right now. But most importantly, you can also make the choice to show studios that we want animated films like Klaus. Stop saying that you want more original artistic movies and then go hypocritically spend your money on the kinds of movies you complain we get too much of. The more people choose to watch Klaus, Netflix and other studios will realize that we want them. It's simple, you vote with your wallet. If you vote for Klaus and other unique animated films, we'll get more. But if you only go see Frozen 2, well, then nothing will ever change.